Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude at BeyondMystic, and welcome to this first episode of Season 1 of Who's Got Talent. Of course, with me tonight, the co-host for this amazing new series on Beyond Mystic is the amazing Janine JeanClaude. You can find her at Sending Ravens here on YouTube, and also Tarot by Janine. Janine, welcome to the show.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Jean-Claude.
How's it going?
Oh, it's good. It's very exciting.
Very exciting indeed. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us here on this live introductory, broadcast. We're going to spend a little time with explaining how this process is going to work out, where Janine and I came with the idea to do this show, and how it's going to basically unfold here in the next couple of weeks. So we want to make you, bring you up to speed on our development process here and how this is getting bigger and bigger by the day. And we're so excited to share all of this stuff with you. Janine, why don't we start there? What is, in your perception here, as we're getting into this new field of creation here and the woo on planet Earth, what is the energy or the impetus behind you and I doing this show and formalizing what ostensibly we've been doing already for a year? Explain that to the audience.
Well, in our new world that we're all creating together, we're going to see a lot more natural healers. We're going to see a lot more buying directly from somebody who does a beautiful work with intention. We're going to see people making products that are like from homegrown or natural ingredients, or we're just going to see a lot more local producing is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to promote those people that are using their magic and intention in creating these products. We want to showcase them on the show and give them a space, because these are the kind of people that have been repressed by the sort of like the Tinseltown Hollywood version of the world. And like they don't have the Kardashian look, so they're maybe not promoted, you know what I mean, in the world that we've known, which was largely ruled by and run by, I don't know.
Let's just say negative energies.
Negative energy. Okay. For lack of better words that we can't say. So we'll just say that. Yeah. So this is the new world we're entering into that we are going to create. So we want to be a part of that, where we're promoting people who are working with intention and love and putting that into their things that they want to produce.
Yeah, very good. And you just mentioned here how a lot of this talent has been stifled, of course, by Hollywood, because if you're not part of the cabal, you're not part of these things, you just don't eventually make it. So this is us trying to make it. And speaking of trying to make it, just so funny enough, today is the day that I hit 50,000 subscribers here on my third attempt after having been deleted quite a few times here. So I know quite a bit about what Janine is talking about here, trying to make it and be out there in a world where having unique views and spiritual views is not really popular in the mainstream narrative and often suppressed. So again, this is the whole energy behind this show. Janine and I are excited to use both our platforms to try to bring new people here to you, the audience, who more and more are hungry for this type of information and realizing that perhaps a lot of this has been deleted from your field of view for some reason. So we don't need to get into the politics of that tonight, but okay. So I'm really excited about doing this. Now, when Janine and I announced this 2 weeks ago, I put up this talent search form on our website, and people immediately started applying to be contestants on the show. And I soon realized, oh my God, I'm going to need some help. Like this is going to be a lot bigger than I originally thought. So what I've done here, I've asked one of my moderators, Jenny Alicia, I don't know if she's in the chat now, to basically head our selection committee. So I'm going to go through, I've put up a draft process of how we think this season is going to go, what the critical dates are, and what we're going to try to do here to streamline the process so that you are aware, not just as a contestant, but also as a viewer here, to understand how we're trying to put this together, to be transparent, but to also be in line with the energy and the mission that Janine just described. So I know that Jenny is going to put together at least 2 more of our moderators on this selection committee. And let me go through some of the dates now. So the first critical dates, let me bring that up on the screen for you guys here. This is the draft concept for the Who's Got Talent show. So the deadline for these applications is tomorrow night at 11 Eastern. So basically the application form will have been running for 2 weeks as of that time, or approximately. So cutoff date, 11 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. Now, between November 20 and 27th, the selection committee will go through all of these applicants. And one of the main criteria there is the question in the talent form, and I'll bring it down here. Tell us why you are an amazing fit with the Beyond Mystic audience. So pay attention to this box here. This is what's going to make it or break it, so to speak, if you want to be on this list. So this is where a lot of our attention is going to be focused here in terms of the selection committee. So once they've done that work, on the 27th, we will reduce that huge list of application into a manageable, smaller list. I haven't figured out that number yet. I'm still sleeping on that, and Janine and I are trying to figure out how we can do this where there's enough contestants for it to make to be fun for the audience and a real contest, but not so much that we have to do this over the course of 5 or 6 episodes. It just wouldn't make sense. So we're still working on how many semi-finalists are going to end up making that first premiere show. So those people, once we've reduced this list, are all going to receive an email letting them know they're semi-finalists, and we're going to ask them to then produce a 2-minute video to again answer what's in that box. So this will be your second attempt to answering why you, your product, your services, your woo-ness or your craziness fits into the Beyond Mystic audience. And here we're going to expect you to show us really, really cool stuff about your personal life, about your woo services, who you are, what makes you tick. This is going to be your opportunity to showcase yourself here to the audience. Okay. Now, on December 9th, we are going to do that first show, Janine and I, with these semi-finalists. And so what's going to happen on that show, Janine and I are going to basically do a commentary and showcase each of these 2-minute video clips during that show. Now, you, the audience, during that show will have the ability to vote online for your contestants of choice. And you can vote for one or more contestants here as we go during that live show. And this will be done, I'm thinking right now, I'm testing some other platforms, but I'm thinking through PayPal. And I'm going to make it a very, very small amount to vote because these monies are going to be added to the pot for the grand prizes for the winners. So the first prize winner is going to be $3,000 in cash. And then we'll also have some gifts like microphones and other things that people would use to be online here to share with us in this new woo community. So you guys are going to get to participate in that first episode. Now, on the following night, we are going to unveil the results of all of that online voting from the night before and then showcase the remaining finalists. 3, 4, 5 people max, I believe, will be the finalists, the number of finalists for that episode. And here, what's going to be cool, we're going to add another element. Once we've announced them, they will be coming live on screen with us, and I will be asking them questions, and their answers will be judged by a panel. And so far, I've asked Jason before, my buddy, if he wanted to come on, of course. He said yes. Maybe Richard, Woo Woo Dude, would join us. And I have a few other guests also. So I'm working on the details there. But that's going to be really fun to have a panelist of woo people going to have that interaction here with those guys. So far, what do you think of this setup, Janine?
It's good. Am I the only girl judge here?
Maybe, maybe not. I have another person in mind. So that's not locked in yet, guys. I'm showing you an example here of where we're going. And potentially, if this is popular, what we can do is every time we do this, we'll change the cast of judges. So we'll have like a rotating cast of really cool woo people, including perhaps people who have been on our show before. So that should be really, really cool. Okay, so let me go back to my notes. And on that night, once we're doing that panelists of judge interviewing and commentary from the judges here, we'll ask again the audience to vote. This time, nothing to do with PayPal or any money. That money will already be in the kitty for the winners. But we're going to do that through a live online polling type of app. So everybody will be able to see live for those remaining contestants, and we will announce that winner that night. So there's a lot involved, as you can see. We're trying to pull all of this stuff together. It's just Janine and I. There's no executive producers, graphic artists and casting people. But we do have some help here with the volunteers to do this particular setup. So we're excited about that. And of course, the winner will be announced that night. And then sometime in January, we will have that first show with the winner of this first season's Who's Got Talent. What do you think, Janine?
I like it.
You
like
like it?
to make work for yourself.
Yeah. You know what, the other day you said, Janine, said, JC, oh my God, we're going to need 2 more lifetimes to do all of these great and amazing ideas you have. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. I'm excited about this one too. And you were pulling cards on this yesterday. I won't share with the audience what you said, but essentially I've been dreaming about that all night, and I realized, wow, there's a lot of momentum behind this. Universe is pushing us to do this, and I'm really excited to be part of all of this with you guys here and with the audience as well. So why don't we try maybe to pull some cards here, Janine, and see, maybe we can ask what the outcome of this initiative is, or what the universe wants to tell us the outcome of this initiative will be. We'll start there, and I'm going to ask you some cards about why some contestants are maybe shy to fill out the form now, and what universe would have to tell them here, as they still have a day and a half to apply.
Interesting. So this is a woo-woo card. You know,
Okay.
she's the witch, the good witch of the deck, especially if she's well aspected. Okay, the Queen of Wands, one of my favorite energies for a queen. So archetypes. So it doesn't mean a male or female. It's more of an energy archetype. Okay, so there's a sense of really in touch with their intuition. Really, I think it's like finally giving back to the people in the world that stayed their authentic selves and developed intuitively, even though the world was against that. Okay, so if you held on to your woo all through the way life's been, really, and you somehow just said, no, I'm going to be woo anyway, even though everybody thinks I'm a weirdo, blah, blah, blah. I think there's an authenticity to that. And there's also like a purity to that.
Right.
It's like there's a purity to somebody who didn't buy into the system, because now we know why we didn't buy into the system. That's a large part of the audience are those people, and ourselves and your guests. They're all like that. And everybody applying to this thing's probably got some of that. Do you know what I mean? So there's this sense of, so I feel like it's time for them to get theirs, because this is a goes around, comes around, and there's a 6 to it. So it could be a bit of a balance, right? Giving back a little bit to people that held the line on their woo, didn't give up or just join I'd make more money being a dental assistant, so I'm going to stop doing Reiki, or I'm going to stop making those beautiful pyramids that I love to make, or I'm going to stop creating beautiful jewelry. You know, I'm wearing a bunch of handmade jewelry. All of these pieces were made for me by people, handmade.
Yeah.
Like there's a piece of silver here from a Haida fellow. I just recently got it. I'm just thrilled. It's a raven. You know, there's like people out there doing incredible things. My friend Sandy Wells, who makes the Sending Ravens products, incredible. Like it's magical.
Right.
How she puts the scents together and makes the products with her own honeybees. You know, there's people doing amazing things. And in spite of how commercial the world got, and just kind of the Babylon that created itself over thousands of years, if that makes any sense. So to me, it's like, it looks like with these 2 cards, we're giving back to those people and patting them on the back for being authentic and using their magic and sticking with it.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for. I love that. And the examples you just gave now too are exciting because we've already had quite a few people on the show in that way with Robin McLeavy, with Carla, with the pyramids.
Yeah.
Fantastic response from the audience. And this is what I love too. We have the audience that are supporting us in this energy and who want to propel and promote these people who are working on behalf of humanity, as opposed to these old failing dying systems that we see. So I'm very excited to be in this new energy of creation. Now, in the last couple of days, Janine, I sent you a few of those woo-woo applications. What were your thoughts? Like, there's some crazy cool people in there already in the queue. What are your thoughts?
There's some good woo out there. Yeah, it's good. I feel sorry for who's going to have to narrow it down. Because that would be hard. I mean, that's the first hard job right there. And then, of course, the good news is you and I aren't choosing. We're letting everybody else.
Right.
You guys have to choose.
Right. Well, the thing is, the selection committee, and somebody was just asking, okay, so what's the criteria? Again, let me bring back this talent search form. Really, we're asking, okay, who you are, where you're from, and all this, what your website is, where you have your products or your services listed, so people can understand what you're doing and how you're contributing to the woo. We're asking you if you, of course, have a YouTube channel, because in order to be on the show, you kind of have to be camera ready. You have to be not shy. You have to be able to speak in front of live audiences, because eventually this is the main prize here, is to have you here in front of a live audience. So we're going to ask you to show us what you're already doing there. And we didn't put any limit of, oh, you need to have 10,000 subscribers. No. We didn't put any limit. Just show us what you have. So the selection committee will go through that. They'll look at, of course, your services that you offer or the products that you offer. But again, the big emphasis here will be how you express how you're an amazing fit with this particular audience and the energy within this audience. And so only you know how to describe that for yourself. And we're going to be spending, the selection committee is going to be spending a lot of time on that particular criteria. Now, speaking of that criteria, there might be some people who are looking at this, oh, I don't know. I only have 20 subscribers on YouTube. I just started. I'm a little bit nervous. I've been watching Janine for a year now, but oh, should I do it? Should I not do it? For those people, can you pull a card, Janine, and see maybe what universe has in store for them, what recommendation maybe they have for them? Because again, all of these energies on the planet are changing right now, and they are shifting to promote the abundance to these people who are service to others, as opposed to this old dying system. And some of them are probably still on that fence or in that process and might be still a bit gun shy to apply. What would universe say to them?
You know you want to do it. There's this guy. Both these cards could be a bit shy, for sure. Okay, but you're going to have to step into, if you really in your heart know you want to be more out in the public, because she's a wand card. And also, you're going to be doing such a service. It's more of a service to humanity, sharing what if you're already doing it on a small scale. This gives you a much bigger opportunity in a way. People are really making themselves on people that you've interviewed, Jean-Claude, are doing incredible. Like their websites are getting shut down. They got too much traffic. You know what I mean? So I feel like if somebody's brave enough, so it's going to take some bravery, okay? But take a little, just be patient, filling out the form, and really think about, this guy's careful and patient, thinking about, make sure you're ready to actually have something somewhat set up where you can actually produce. And so think about, what do I do? Do I produce something?
Right.
Is it just promoting my YouTube channel, which is awesome too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what's your end result? So be practical and think about, what's your vision for your future, and how would you like to grow what you're already doing? Think about that, and that'll give you maybe the bravery. Okay, because this could be a way you could do that. Because she's really brave. She's got her legs spread apart, and she's looking directly front. And this was drawn in the 1400s. Okay, so women didn't sit like that.
Right.
She's sitting on a throne. Okay, and she's owning she's got a wand there. So her creativity, but some people even say she owns her sexuality or creativity. So her, she's owning her power, whatever that translates to. And she's not afraid to be unique. That's why the little flower. So if you're somebody like that, also she's in touch with, she's done the work, right? Because she's looked at her dark side. She knows where her work is. She's working on being more authentic. Yeah, so she's done the work. That's what the little black cat doesn't only indicate intuitive knowing, but having faced her dark side and come out, and she lit it up and turned it into something beautiful that she can work with instead of letting it overtake her or becoming one of the kinds of people that we're fighting against in this war right now.
Right.
She didn't do that. She turned it into, spiritual growth.
That's beautiful. Okay, so a couple of things here. You just reminded me some of these examples, and Janine is actually spot on here. If you're applying to the show, you have to be ready for the traffic. And now Janine and I, in the last couple of months, maybe we weren't, maybe we missed the mark on explaining to people who were coming on the show how absolutely crazy their lives would change. And so we didn't do a great job preparing them for that. So here, this is our warning to you to be prepared for some significant changes in your life. And just to rhyme a few examples, Tamara, of course, is already successful, but when she was on our show, she actually said, okay, please stop the bookings the next day because she had so many. She says, oh my God, I'm going to be 100 by the time I answer all of these things. So we created huge demand. Same thing with Medine, who was on the show for the healing show. Absolutely amazing. Carla, of course, she was so busy. She created so much traffic on her website that Etsy shut down the website thinking something was wrong, that it was probably fraud, when in fact it was all bona fide websites. And on that note, I believe she told me that Etsy told her that they would reopen her shop tomorrow. They've gone through the investigations and realized that, wow, okay, there is legitimate demand here, and Carla is absolutely real in producing these material for her audience. So yes, it is potentially going to change your life, and you have to be ready to receive that traffic. So keep that in mind as you're applying on this, and as you're thinking of how you want to generate and be part of this new economy and this new world that we're heading into. Okay, you mentioned something else. Oh yes, I had a few emails of people contacting me. Hey, Jean-Claude, I'm French. I'm from France. I'm from Belgium. Can I apply to this? I didn't answer any of you yet. I just don't have time. So I thought I'd answer that question here on the live show. Yes, you can. But in order to do that, you still need to be camera ready in English. So it's okay if your product is in French and you want to promote some of the things in French or any other language, but you need to be camera ready here in English, and you need to have the descriptions of your products and your wares also in English for this audience. It only makes sense. Otherwise, there's going to be a huge disconnect between us bringing you on the screen and people not understanding what you're offering here to universe. So maybe that's the only caveat there. But yes, we make no discrimination on language here whatsoever. No discrimination at all, actually. Only it's a frequency thing. Please tell us how you match this frequency of the Beyond Mystic audience. And just judging by all the comments in the chat, you can see what the frequency is of this audience. So you have to show us how you absolutely are going to match that. And we're going to have an amazing and exciting time with you guys. Man, I think that's it, Janine. I went through, let me go back to my notes, make sure I didn't forget anything. Janine, did you have any questions for me? Is there anything else that maybe is coming up to mind here that either you want to ask me, or maybe we should pull the cards on as well before we go?
No, it looks good. You're pretty thorough.
Okay. I'm trying.
And it's you, not me, because I'm fly by the seat of my pants type.
Right. Okay. Okay. So one last time reminder, folks, application process deadline is ending tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. Do not email me after the cutoff date to say that the form's not working. That's it. We might do a part 2 to this sometime down the road, but don't miss this opportunity. 11 Eastern tomorrow on the 19th. And the booking form again is beyondmystic.net/talent search. Now I'm going to bring that in the live chat here. and it's in the description box of this video. And it's also pinned at the top of the comments of these videos as soon as we finish our live stream. And finally, you can still find it right here on my website at the top bar. I've added it now because people were trying to look for it. It's that talent button. If you click on that, it will bring you to this talent search here. All right. Wow. All I can say is good luck to all the participants. And thank you for participating, having confidence in us, in sharing, and joining us in this creation of the new world economy that we want to build organically for humans. I'm absolutely proud to be part of that with you, the audience, and absolutely proud to be part of that with you, Janine. I wouldn't see it any other way. Merci beaucoup, Janine.
Feelings are absolutely mutual.
All right, folks, that's it for tonight. In the meantime, yes, if you haven't already done so, help me out. I'm just above the 50K, but hey, why stop there? Let's keep going. So if you haven't already subscribe here to Beyond Mystic 3 and stay tuned to all of these new amazing episodes. And of course, at the same time, you can support Janine here at Tarot by Janine on YouTube and her Sending Ravens. And so this was the first introductory episode of Who's Got Talent? Episode 1, Season 1. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic. I love you guys, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.